When theory doesn't match reality, your confidence crashes.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are delighted to welcome you to another episode of Life's Inside Track. And I'm Yetta Dekker.
And I'm Ken Dekker.
And it's where we get to share truths, techniques, thoughts, tips, tools, and tactics that we all deserve. We all really ought to have access to because it turns our house into home, our families thrive, and we live the best life possible. And we get to build wealth wisely through real estate. Confidence. Have you ever considered, Ken, before, because I haven't, that the confidence of our client disappears or is shaky at best if the guide, the real estate guide that's navigating the journey with them, isn't confident themselves, doesn't have reason, like real reason for their confidence. It's all about what they learned in school or what they read or the book they interpreted or what they've heard, that the actual confidence of the client is at risk.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to look at it because, many times we say, oh, that person's book smart. They're not so great on the street or dealing with people or dealing with problems. They've got the knowledge, but not the experience.
And I can remember, not as much now because I don't even ask people what mark did they get on their exams. But when new agents are coming into the industry, they're often, if they got 100 or 98 or 97 or anything above 95 and up, they are so proud of themselves, right? And I think what's happened is they believe that's going to translate to becoming an incredible realtor. And there's no real correlation between a high mark in your courses and a high mark in confidence building with your clients. The two are not created equal. Because just because somebody's super good at writing an exam and super good at learning the technical detail, it doesn't make them great at necessarily interpreting it or living it out in the real world. It doesn't mean if you get a high mark, you're going to be lousy at it. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the two don't have a real correlation.
Right. And just in case you're wondering, a passing mark is 75.
Right.
So they know a fair bit of stuff. And then they also have a broker of record who has taken further classes. And we're both brokers. So we've taken all the extra classes and exams and things to make sure our knowledge is high. But then the expertise brings in the confidence. And then I want to talk about what's the word?
Decision fatigue?
No,
confidence that's coming.
It's false confidence.
So like self-deception about having confidence?
You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And sometimes you start out and maybe you're as a client, you hire somebody who you think is competent, has confidence, and they are going to walk you and guide you through this process, right?
Is their confidence grounded in reality? Is there confidence based on lived experience and things they've done and seen and felt and navigated and processed in real life? Or is it based on reading 50 books, even 50 books?
And I think everybody starts out with confidence in their agent because you don't hire somebody to help you buy a house or sell a house or invest in real estate thinking, no, I don't think they can do it, but I'm going to hire them anyways and just see what they're like. No, you already have the confidence that they are the right person for you. And then it kind of starts to erode over time. If you're not seeing results, if you're not getting the right feedback, if they're not creatively problem solving and giving solutions to things, like when your house isn't selling, or the feedback is not great, or, we had one that had a urine smell and we were able to bring in a ozone machine to clean that up.
Well, right? And then the question that would lead my mind if I was listening to this show saying, well, if you knew there was a urine smell, why on earth did you not put it in before you put it on the market? But here's why. I had done the walkthrough. I'd been there on a couple of occasions. I was there right before the tenant moved out and there was no urine smell. What we hadn't counted on. So this is a nice little tip. Now experience says if somebody is moving out and they're going to clean the carpets before they leave and they had cats, wet carpet or wet floors may pull out urine that's hidden under the surface. And I'm a very sensitive nose.
Yeah.
And
dormant. Like the steam cleaning just brought it alive, the moisture and everything.
Right, even with like in this case. And so right away, the client said, I wonder. And I said, well, let me come over. And so we took a look. And it's like, ooh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, because the first feedback was, we love the house, but the cat urine smell is terrible.
And it wasn't there.
We're going, what?
That house is sparkling, beautifully cleaned. And so these kinds of things, how do we navigate it? Well, we pause showings for a few days because that's what you do in a heartbeat. And we only lost the one, which might not have been the right fit anyway. But as soon as we got the feedback, we put a high quality professional unit in the house, cleaned it up, and made sure that it wasn't going to come back, right? Like actually kill the enzyme. And it's been perfect ever since. And so there was nothing, no harm, no foul. Then we let people start coming in, got a couple of offers, got it sold, but navigating those things based on, maybe I haven't had that identical experience before, but I've had similar experiences.
Yeah. And what happens is when, let's say we weren't able to bring a solution, right? Then their confidence in us starts to go. But when their confidence in us goes, what else goes?
Their confidence. That's the crazy part. Like, have you ever noticed whether it's a real estate sale or something else, not only does your confidence erode in the person that is serving you and you no longer want them on your team potentially, but you start to feel exhausted. Your energy starts to feel sucked dry because your confidence in yourself and your ability to pick a good agent or to make a good choice actually is not as available to you. Ugh.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there was a study done by Edelman Trust Barometer, and it said 80% of real estate clients feel really confident about their decisions when their agent shares personal experience stories.
So sometimes even if our stories make us look not so great because they're hard things to, tell you about, it actually means you have greater confidence if we've been able to navigate the problem.
For sure. We got through it, right?
Yeah, out the other side and help somebody thrive as a result rather than struggle.
And you might be wondering, like, why do they talk about these things about confidence and mindset and all this stuff? It's because we know that to build wealth wisely is about much more than money. It's about your mental state. And you know what? Confidence is just the beginning of what may be lost when you talk about the emotional wear and tear that comes next, which we're going to talk about in the next segment.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.